See, here's the thing, Skip. Stephen Jones out here talking about the Cowboys don't drag out contract negotiations, don't drag out deals. Come on now, that's like me saying I don't talk loud. The receipts are out there. Every Cowboy fan, every agent in the business, every player in that locker room knows how Dallas operates when it comes to money. They slow walk these deals until the market explodes, then act surprised when they gotta cut a fatter check than if they'd just handled business earlier. And now, here we are again. Micah Parsons, the best defensive player in football, not named Aaron Donald in his prime. Sitting at camp, waiting on his deal, watching other guys reset the market, while Stephen Jones hop on the radio and tell us, we don't drag deals out. We just do. EM responsibly. Responsible? Skip. Let me tell you what's irresponsible. Letting the best pass rusher in the league get frustrated, letting the market climb over your head, and then cutting the biggest check in NFL history because you didn't move when you had the chance. That's Cowboys logic. Skip. Let's just take a little walk down memory lane. You remember Dak Prescott? That contract negotiation took longer than a Thanksgiving dinner at Jerry's house. They tagged him once, tagged him twice, and ended up paying him more than they would have if they just handled it early. Same with CeeDee Lamb. They dragged their feet, watch other receivers get paid, and now the price goes up. This ain't no isolated incident. This is a pattern. The Cowboys, whether it's Jerry or Steven talking, have made a habit of waiting too long. They play this game like they go and find a team-friendly deal just around the corner. But the NFL don't work like that anymore. These players got leverage. They got production. They got social media platforms. They ain't scared to hold out, to call out ownership, to use public pressure. So all the Jones family really doing is running up their own bill. Now, Skip, Micah Parsons ain't no ordinary player. This ain't your average starter you can afford to nickel and dime. Micah is that guy. He's generational. He's Lawrence Taylor with Wi-Fi. He's Aaron Donald with a different jersey on. 3 years in the league, and already he done flipped Dallas's identity. He is the Dallas Cowboys defense. Micah got the leverage of leverage. The man's already been all-pro. Already been in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation every single season. You don't mess around with a talent like that. You don't wait and see when the price is only going up. You secure him early. Show the locker room you take care of your superstars, and you let Micah know. We ride with you for the long haul, but instead, the Jones family playing the same old games. And while they slow walk this, TJ Watt signs his deal. Nick Bosa signs his deal. Other edge rushers get paid. That $34 million Parsons could have got last year, now it's $41 million more, and that's before you even factor in Micah's agent knowing Dallas's track record. Skip, let me tell you what I heard when Stephen Jones said, "We don't drag out deals, I heard Paul spin." That's just a nice way of saying we drag our feet, but we don't want to admit it. He even went as far as saying they don't do deals irresponsibly. Well, let me ask you this. How is paying more money later responsible? How is frustrating your superstars responsible? How is creating a reputation across the league as one of the hardest front offices to deal with responsible? See, the Cowboys love the headlines. They love being the center of conversation. You think Jerry mind if folks talking about the Cowboys all camp because Micah's deal ain't done yet? That's free marketing. That's front page news. But you can't market your way out of losing a defensive superstar. You can't market your way out of a divided locker room if Micah feel like the front office don't value him. You think them players ain't watching? Oh, they watching, Skip. They see how the front office treat Dak. They see how they handle CD. And now they see how they handling Micah. That locker room got eyes and ears. And what it tell them is this: Dallas don't move quick on paying their own. That ain't the message you want to send if you're trying to build a culture of loyalty. If Micah Parsons, the most dominant defensive player in the game right now, got to wait and sweat it out, what does that tell the guy on the second contract? What does that tell the young draft pick who want to stay in Dallas long term? It tells get ready for a fight, because the Cowboys go and squeeze you to the last drop. Skip, every time the Joneses wait, they pay more. Dak, Cost them an extra $15 million a year. CD. That deal gonna cost way more than if it moved early. Micah, the price tag already jumped from $34 to $41 million a year. And guess what? It ain't stopping there. By the time they finally put pen to paper, we could be talking $45 million a year. That's what happened when you let the market set you instead of setting the market yourself. Smart front offices, they pay their stars early. They lock him in before the next wave of deals. They say, we know who you are, we know what you're worth, and we gonna reward you. That's what Philly does. That's what the Rams did with Aaron Donald. That's what Kansas City did with Mahomes. Dallas, they still acting like it's the 1990s. This ain't just about Micah. This about identity. This about trust. This about whether the Cowboys can keep their core together or if this pattern gonna keep costing them. Dallas is talent. They got stars on both sides of the ball. But what good is talent if your front office always playing catch-up? If your superstars don't feel secure? If every summer the biggest story out of training camp is who ain't got paid yet? Skip, championships ain't just about S's and O's. They about culture. They about organization. They about sending the right messages to your locker room. And right now, the message Dallas sending is this. We'll pay you. Eventually. But you go and wait. And it gon' cost us both more in the long run. That ain't championship behavior. So what's gonna happen? Eventually a deal get done. Micah Parsons ain't leaving Dallas. He's too valuable. He's the face of that defense. But when it does get done, it gon' be the richest deal ever for a non-quarterback. And the Cowboys gonna act like they just negotiated something brilliant. But Cowboy fans gonna know the truth. They gonna know it cost more than it had to. And it dragged longer than it should. And if, by some miracle, Dallas mess this up and don't get it done before the season, then you talking about a locker room distraction of epic proportions. You talking about the Jones family finally having to look in the mirror and admit their way of doing business is outdated. Skip, let me tell you something. We ain't got to guess at this. We got proof. Just rewind to Dak Prescott. That man was playing on a fourth-round rookie deal. Outplayed it by a mile. Then Dallas hit him with the franchise tag. Then they did it again. And guess what? By the time they finally backed up the Brinks truck, Dak's price tag had doubled from what it would have been if they just paid him early. Now, I'm not even sitting here saying Dak the best quarterback in football, but he was their quarterback. He was the leader of that locker room. And the Cowboys dragged and dragged, thinking maybe they'd save $1. In the end, they paid more than everybody else. That's like me waiting to buy gas, hoping it goes down, then waking up the next day and it's $1.50 higher. You ain't smart. You just cheap at the wrong time. Now take CD. That young man been cooking DB since he got to the league. Pro Bowl talent. Clear-cut roan. And in the meantime, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, Tyreek Hill, all them wideouts got paid. So now when CD's number comes up, he's looking at the market saying, that's the neighborhood. That's the zip code I live in. Don't talk to me about discounts. Once again, Dallas had the option to be proactive, but instead they got reactive. And reactive always costs more. That's like me waiting for my roof to leak before I fix it. Now it's 3 times the cost, plus my living room smell like mildew. Skip. The problem is Jerry and Steven think the Cowboys still play by cowboy rules. Back in the 90s, they could strong-arm guys, tell EEEM it's an honor to wear the star, and players might buy into that. But this, a new era. Players got agents, they got leverage, they got Instagram followers, and they know their value down to the dollar. You can't sell Micah Parsons on the star. Micah ain't trying to hear about tradition and honor. He trying to hear about commas in his bank account. He trying to hear about guaranteed money. He trying to hear about how many sacks it gonna take before Jerry back up the Brinks truck. This ain't 1995 no more. It's 2025. And if the Cowboys don't adjust, They gonna keep paying late fees on every superstar contract they touch. Now, Skip, let's talk specifics. Micah Parsons in 2023 probably could have got $34 million a year. At the time, that was top of the market. Since then, you know what happened. TJ Watt re-upped. Nick Bosa re-upped. The Steelers, the Niners, other franchises locked in their defensive cornerstones. Those deals pushed the ceiling higher. Now Mike is sitting here saying, that $34 million number? That's outdated. My price just went up. That ain't ego talk. That's business talk. That's the reality of a rising market. The NFL cap keeps going up. The contracts keep getting bigger. And the Cowboys keep finding themselves on the wrong side of the equation. If Micah signs tomorrow, we talking $41 million per year. If they wait 6 more months, maybe $43, $45 million. Dallas got 2 choices. Pay now or pay later. But either way, that's why this whole idea that they're being responsible by waiting is laughable. They ain't saving money. They burning it. Skip, let me wrap this up for you. Stephen Jones can say what he wants on the radio. He can call it responsible. He can say they don't drag deals out. But actions speak louder than words. History speak louder than PR. And right now, history say the Cowboys drag every major negotiation out until the price goes through the roof. Micah Parsons deserves to be paid today, not next week, not next month, not after another guy signs and pushes the market higher. Today, because every day they wait, the price go up. And every day they wait, the trust go down. That's the truth. And that's why, Skip, if I'm Micah Parsons, I'd tell Jerry and Steven, stop playing with me, cut the check, and let me get back to sacking quarterback.